have a back-to-back. They defeated the Miami Heat on neutral sites. Here tonight, Carl Lane, Ray Acosta, Musa Dagir in Atlanta took over during the 2022-23 season. Over the final 21 games, they went 10-11. They advanced to the postseason, and they lost as that shot doesn't go for Krejci. Beat Krejci in his fourth season. And Grady Dick goes for the steal. Jalen Johnson puts it on the deck, gets inside, shot no. And the steal, Trae Young. And the pass stolen away. They did not advance to the postseason last year, Atlanta. They were 36-46. Johnson and a turnover. Out on the run, the denial. Great hustle by Pirtle. Pirtle and Grady Dick, the only two to get back. Here's Trae Young with the three. Batted out, Capella with it. With a left hand, pops out. What is happening? And the three is good. Attempt the shot. They've turned it over 5 times.
Well, we know this is going to be a fast-paced game. Both teams love to get up and down the floor.
Memphis plays at a high rate of speed. Trae Young with the three. New York, of course, is in the NBA. And add Atlanta to the mix has pushed the pace. And another whistle. There's length with Atlanta.
There is. And that play right there was a turnover. Scotty should have drifted to the corner. That would have gave Abaji an outlet while he penetrated.
R.J. Barrett scoops it up. R.J. and Scotty have back-to-back games. 25-plus points and 8-plus assists. Raptors, they've taken 2 shots, but 6 turnovers.
And you already see Jakob's presence being in that dunker spot, allowed that outlet, penetration, and a drop-off by Abaji. Good offense.
Trae Young, changed by Pirtle, the presence.
You see it already.
Scotty puts it on the deck, kicks it. RJ, extra pass, corner three. That's his game, shooting just 25% from 3, but a career-high 41% on the season, and he's best in the corners.
And that was great ball movement, recognizing and getting to their corner shooter. Wow.
And what a move by the rookie. Just 19 years old, 6'8".
He shows a lot of skill.
First overall.
Shows a lot of skill, Matt, handling the basketball, as you saw right there, finishing. But he's another long guy.
Abaji saves it. Here's Grady with the reverse basketball.
I feel like I'm playing Uno. All these reverses going on right now. Who's going to skip me?
Reza Shea on the inside. Batted away. The presence of Pirtle once again. Loose ball scooped up.
You already see his value.
The no-look. Grady denied by Krejci. Here's Scotty B, and digging in, and another turnover by Scotty.
They're very active. They're not giving up on plays. We might talk about their defense, but their energy and their effort, that's there.
They're second in the league in steals and up at the rim. Here's RJ. The dunk at the rim.
I don't know if you remember, a few years ago.
And that was against Chicago. Missed the last 4 games. He played against the Bulls. Played right around 22 minutes. Had 6 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists before he left the game due to injury. Here's Grady. Makes a move on Krejci. Shot doesn't go. And Capella with a rebound. And ahead now to Trae Young.
In that last possession, Hawks came out in a 3-2 zone. Raptors got to recognize that. Get someone in the middle and attack.
Krejci the 3, and he connects on the season. 1 from distance. Capella flies in and handles the rebound. Is down by 6. Here comes Jamal Shed. Great to see Jamal back. Corner three doesn't go. Capella, offensive rebound in the putback.
And you like what Capella brings to this team. He's not just a roller. Used to be a really good shot blocker. Not so much. The game has changed. It doesn't allow him to use that ability, but he's effective. You see Scotty with a nice pull-up. And I like to see Scotty, again, early in the game, take more action to try to score a little bit more and not just be that facilitator. Great feel.
In the action, about 5 feet and in.
Yes.
And then expand.
You like that, for sure. Get closer to the rim, get easy opportunities, and then operate from there.
Raptors are 8th turnover, and the Atlanta Hawks rebounds, 8 assists, 3 turnovers, and a minus 22 in Memphis. RJ gives it now to Shed. He's been out with a knee contusion. Abaji, that 3 doesn't go. Capella with a rebound.
You see this Hawks team, they went to their bench. 3rd in the NBA in bench scoring at 43 points a game. And DeAndre Hunter leads that charge coming off the bench scoring the basketball.
Matthews, that shot doesn't go in a crowd. That's Hunter underneath. You mentioned played 34 games. This is his 5th team, 2 years in Detroit, 2 in Brooklyn. Won a title with Denver in his 1 season there, and then 33 games with Indiana before he was involved in the Siakam deal.
And just talking about a player that just knows how to play, makes winning plays.
RJ Barrett spins and lays it up and through. Barrett, 54% of his points come from the paint. Garrison Matthews from Lipscomb University in Nashville, Tennessee, with a shot that doesn't go. You mentioned their bench yesterday. 59 points. They were plus 32 against the Miami Heat with points off of the bench.
And they just get out and run. They know their roles. Their shot-making ability is at a high level. And again, they all play off of one another.
Reza Shea gets it back, turns the corner, working with Okongwu. In the corner, Matthews.
Great contest. That was great defense by the Toronto Raptors. Onto the rack, unscathed and unbothered any longer.
Kelly Olynyk checks in. He started against Memphis. Bruce Brown has it knocked away. Raptors with 9 turnovers here early. And a reach-in foul on Jamal Ray Hunter. Mentioned they've won 3 in a row. They're currently 6th in the Eastern Conference, 2 games above 500. Barnes in a turnover. 6-point game. Kelly Olynyk.
Great opportunity for this Raptors team to start taking advantage of some of these Atlanta Hawks mistakes. Finish that.
Scotty.
Being able to trust his knee and get back into rhythm again, which Coach Rajakovic also said he expects that's going to take a couple games, guys.
No question. Bruce Brown talking to us prior to the start of the game said, all right, get out there. You know you're going to get winded coming back.
And you're talking to somebody who's been through the knee issues, and you have to get that confidence back. But then once you get that confidence back, it's the next game and how you recover from that.
Boucher fouled
Is A1, and he had time off, and it's been
later in the broadcast. Boucher, 77% of the season from the foul line. Raptors defensively limiting Atlanta to 38% shooting. Hawks with a 4-point lead. That's after allowing a combined, as that 3 is good, 290 games at New York and in Memphis. So Okongwu was able to knock it away. And Boucher shot no. Great job by Shed and a foul.
Young fella getting Chris Boucher another range rather. So you have to step up, whether you're guarding the screen or you're guarding the ball. You have to be in his face and in his presence at all times.
And speaking of that, Boucher. Here's Scotty. Guarded by Johnson.
I like it,
Barnes
Matt.
gets to the paint. Rises up, knocks it down. Pass stolen away by Brown. Bruce Brown on the attack, throws it down.
And that's the type of play that can get that confidence back.
Garrison Matthews to three. Cruz attacking. Scotty. Batted out by Boucher, scooped up by Barnes.
Great hustle by Chris.
Scotty getting once again where he is unstoppable.
Because he's so strong, he's big, and his touch is getting better and better in that mid-range.
4 or 5 from the floor. Matthews to Hunter in the corner, the three, and it's good. More a knee issue that you had. Did you just rise up and throw it down?
Every time, Matt, in my mind. I dreamt it.
You didn't get up there and then.
Not at all.
Hunter, 2-on-1, and gets right.
Playing his top basketball.
Olenek misses. Hawks have made their last 5. Trae Young with some room. Shot doesn't go. Remember his game against Houston. He had 27 the last time he was here. What a great touchdown. He's got an unbelievable feel for the game. Puts it on the deck, gets to the elbow. Bam.
It was an excellent read by the young fella, and then Kelly making himself available for the lob pass.
Johnson. Shot doesn't go. Kelly Olynyk with Jacoby Walter, Brown, Barnes, and R.J. Barrett. Here's Walter attacking, cut off, kicks it to Olynyk. The pressure of Johnson now back over to Walter. Walter puts it on the deck and gets to the iron. 2 great plays, impactful plays entering the game.
And again, a great feel on that left side, scooping it up with his right hand to avoid the shot blocker.
Matthews up top. Okongwu is fouled.
That's a good feel to your point, man.
They won 3 straight. R.J. Barrett. There's Walter on the feed from Barnes. It turned over. First turnover of the second quarter. Try to see the pass. Scotty on the drive draws the attention of the D.
By nature. Pass by Matthews, not just the jump shooter.
And this Trae Young. It's in the paint. One of the ways there's been so much conversation about how do you slow these offenses down in the NBA. I mean, teams are playing defense as Reza Shay's.
I guess the NBA, they try to limit these things. Allen Iverson's crossover was he would hold it in his palm, could do anything. So they took that out of the league, and then over time they tried to implement it back, take it back out, but it's very difficult.
But again, RJ at the line in the first free throw
as well. It's harder to stop. Basically, they don't have the same pressure. Back in the day, if you missed 2 or 3 jump shots or missed 2 or 3 plays, you were a little hesitant, unless you were just one of those offensive and special players. But for the most part, you were a little hesitant if you didn't have a couple good plays in a row. You wouldn't take those shots again.
Matthews, Barnes, that's an excellent point. NBA now stands for let it fly.
Yeah, let it go. And if you don't take that shot, you're wrong.
Walter, the spin move by Matthews, a pass stolen by Johnson.
Can't make those passes against this team.
Going right down the lane. And
attack now, all the way to the rack.
And knocked away.
He's not in right now, but this team all of a sudden.
By Trae Young. He's got 13 already. Yeah, Dyson Daniels not playing. Here's R.J. Barrett muscling his way in. Daniels under the weather. Here's in the Big Easy and part of the DeJounte Murray deal. Brady up top, and he was off balance a little bit. And deflected once again, up fake, trying to get room. Oh, good job. And a foul.
Deflections and steals.
Hawks team that doesn't have Bogdan Bogdanovic. He's been out now 4 games. Wallace has it stripped away. Larry Nance Jr. broke his hand. Atlanta 3 of 10. DeAndre Hunter. And the shot doesn't go. Grady with Pirtle. And Abaji and Shed with Brown. And now an offensive foul.
Gotta set it. Be still. You can't use your hands on your forearms.
Krejci, Wallace, Hunter, Roddy, Capella.
And Hunter is he's just so smooth. His game is, his confidence is back. He's trusting his health. And he's back to a role where he knows exactly what's asked of him and what's expected, and he's providing it.
Bruce Brown here in his season debut. Keaton Wallace, a rookie out of University of Texas San Antonio, the Roadrunners. Wallace kicks it to Krejci, back to Wallace with a three, and it pops out.
This Hawks team, they do a really good job of spacing the floor, sharing the basketball, getting the ball to different spots.
Pass stolen away. Roddy's played in now 3 of their last 8 games. Brown, the three, doesn't go, weak side, battling. Raptors come away with it. It's Abaji. They'll reverse it.
Matt Grady with 2 excellent finds. One with Bruce Brown, that time for Jamal Shed. Swinging the basketball, drawing the defense, doing a good job of recognizing opportunities for his teammates.
Ball pressure by Brown. Capella. Here's Wallace. And Pirtle with it. 9-2 run, last 3:10. Bruce Brown sends it now over to Abaji, back to Brown. 5:12 to go, first half. Knocked away by Capella. He'll scoop it up. Wallace attacking, disrupted by Shed, and a turnover. The 9th. And Brown with a bucket. Raptors are shooting 60%. Not going to be, they're down. Well, they turned it over 16 times. Hunter, nice move, and they've made just 2 threes. Atlanta, they've made 8.
Talk about DeAndre Hunter.
Grady, and Dick misses.
DeAndre could be up for most improved or 6th man of the year the way he's been playing.
Pirtle with a foul.
We talked about him.
He won the all-freshman team at UVA. There's also a red shirt there. Was DeAndre Hunter. Played for Tony Bennett, who has since retired. Back outside. Went to Friends Central School. Played for Ryan Tozar.
Yeah, chance to get him. Basketball.
Trae Young picked up the foul. RJ at the line, and Barrett 3 of 4. It's got 9 points, 5 rebounds. Raptors trail by 8. Trae Young gives it up. Here's Hunter. Hunter working, and he's
head off to Trae Young. Trae Young, his scoring numbers are down from the previous seasons, but his teammates are having career years. You look at all his teammates across the board, they are playing high-level basketball, and he's sacrificing his game.
Scotty, air ball, Abaji. There's RJ Barrett. Shot doesn't go. At some point, and it doesn't happen for all players, but at some point, for some, you look at it and say, okay, I'm getting the individual accolades, and the bucket good for Hunter. He is scoring at a high rate, 17 now. Grady has it through the fingertips over to Abaji. And then you look and you say, okay, collectively, can you win as a team, right? And again,
hopefully he'll be all right, but
Grady getting to the iron, lays it up and through. The foul was on Hunter, his first 10-point game under 3 minutes remaining here in the first half. And a foul on Abaji.
Figure out how he can continue.
And Young from the foul line. He had 11 points yesterday, but 15 assists. Oh! Scotty with the step through reverse. Barnes into double digits.
And that's something I'm noticing by these young players now. That's a new move these guys got. They accelerate and decelerate and not take that last step.
Everybody's worried about his knees. He's He's in his 11th year, 7th in the league in offensive rebounds. Scotty, and he's fouled.
And Clint Capella is a key piece to any offense.
Points. 10-point game once again. Atlanta has led throughout since the opening tip. Trae Young tries to get by Grady Dick in 12th. And Trae Young back to a dozen. Largest lead was 14. Here's Abaji. Back to Scotty B. To Abaji on the inside. Jazz. This is his 11th season as a head coach. He's made the postseason in all but 3 years as a head coach. And Johnson, and that shot doesn't go. And Johnson hasn't been as effective here today as he has been throughout the course of the year. And 28 yesterday with 13 rebounds, 5 assists. Young shot no. There's Capella and a foul.
To rebounds, but to your point,
and Kelly over the last 3 games, 6 of 10 from 3-point range. Scotty up top. Grady Dick, Boucher, Olynyk, and R.J. Barrett. And great dive by Boucher.
He's on that left side.
And Claire operates. You're going to have 2 come to him. There's Johnson. Krejci. Hunter with it. Hunter finds Johnson, a little hesitation, takes the 3, doesn't go. And Boucher with a rebound, an 11-point lead for the Hawks. RJ on a spin dribble. Strong take. Powerful move by.
They really have to pay attention to him.
Here's RJ Barrett and sends it to Pirtle. Pirtle is fouled.
And had turnovers as well, but what they need to do in the second half here is just do a better.
Contain.
Power him to be that person that he is. It's very difficult to stop that type of player.
And he's second in the NBA in turnovers, the left hand. So they're used to overcoming that as well. Pirtle up top, it's a 6-point game. Grady trying to cut the lead in half. Jakob on the offensive glass, and the putback is good. And Jakob Pirtle, rebound putback.
And that's what you can do, Matt. Those second opportunity. What a pass by Trae Young.
And the 3 is good for the rookie.
Goodness, his players being able to make those type of players over top of the defense. He's a smaller player that makes those type of passes consistently.
And Johnson attacking, he's fouled. Dick just picked up his 3rd. To put together those numbers, he's Jokic and Sabonis. He's having a career year in his 4th year. And Abaji's shot doesn't move, 6-man. Well, Hunter could be the 6th man, and Johnson could be the most improved.
You're right about that, but again, it goes to this team. Everybody picking themselves up and fulfilling their roles.
There's Trae Young. Gets up.
Just easy opportunities and easy looks. That's a point guard at his finest.
Jakob Pirtle over top Capella.
Love that he's back in town. He's ready to get down and play. I love his presence, what he brings to this Raptors team.
Krejci's shot doesn't go. Here's Abaji quickly into the front court. 8-point game. Abaji drive, and then the kick and a turnover. Speeding the other way. Krejci, no. Leads a Shea with it. Scotty Barnes, a foul. 9:38. And Trae Young was upset.
Offensive experience.
Originally acquired by San Antonio for Danilo Gallinari and 3 first-round picks plus a pick swap. But credit Landry Fields, former Raptor. Reeves is Darko Rajakovic, and good to see that he's okay. Shed, Barrett, Brown, Barnes, and Pirtle. Reverse doesn't go. And Clint Capella ahead now to Trae Young, and Barnes skies, intercepts it, gets it to R.J. Barrett. Brown in the paint. Tied up.
Got to win a jump ball.
With it, Brown, Pirtle.
Good pass.
And right back to you. Pirtle has all 8 of the Raptors in the third. Shovel pass. Reeves a shea. Capella on the weak side, scrapping. And
do it as much this season as he has in the past, but now he's still a master executing that pick and roll offense.
Young. Krejci, the 3 doesn't go, and Scotty with a rebound. RJ launches, good. 35% on the season from 3-point range. Scooped up by Scotty. RJ averaging close to 29 points at home. Once again, that time too strong. Scotty, and a whistle and a... Trae Young connects. Lead pass. And Bruce Brown.
People in the front row, high fives. He's feeling good and very comfortable out here in this game in his third quarter.
10 points in his return. That nearly looked like a travel. Dragging the pivot.
That's one of those plays where you decelerate.
Trae Young's hot right now. Scotty attacking, cut off. Tries to go over top the rookie. Reeves a shea. Trae, short. Hustling for the offensive rebound. Reeves a shea. Back over to Trae Young.
You see this pace by the Hawks right up their alley.
Yep.
Another great pass by Trae Young.
Krejci. That move.
And this is possessions. Sometimes your best offense can be your defense and not forcing it and turn the ball over again.
Johnson in a with Brown, Walter, Barrett, and Pirtle. Corner 3, and it's now they're saying it's a 3. Hunter. I'm sure they'll take a look at it. Wallace over to Hunter. And they have indeed taken a look, and it's a 2-point. 88-73. Here's Shed with it. Working against Wallace. Brown. 3 doesn't go. Jakob with a rebound, cutting. That's just good basketball there, but Brown unable to finish.
Very good basketball, allowing Pirtle to be who he is.
Tapped in by Okongwu. And back to 17. I mentioned the deal bringing over DeJounte Murray. It just didn't work, right? 2 ball-dominant players and a turnover. Okongwu, the 2-handed slam, largest lead of the summer. July 6th, they traded Murray to the Pelicans for 4 players and 2 future first-round picks. And 2 of those players, Dyson Daniels, who's
trigger at times. Sometimes you have to be patient, but it felt like it's the right feel and it's the right time for the Hawks to make that type of move. And it's paying dividends.
This year, classic, the St. Louis Blues and the Chicago Blackhawks rekindle their rivalry at 5 Eastern, 2 Pacific on Sportsnet.
And you're right about recognizing your mistakes. And you know what? That mistake is not to say.
In the lead, 95-75, 3:45 to go. Scotty guarded by Hunter. Here's Walter, up fake, picked up by Okongwu. Grady Dick. Krejci cuts him off. Scotty clocked down, step through, no look. Covered, and 9th in total charges. So, and again, with their rate of speed and how they play, there's going to be a bundle of shots taken.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
Hunter and Olynyk.
So they have the IQ and they have that ability to be in the right place at the right.
51% from the field. 49 over 6 times in the third, leading to 11 points. 96-78. And Olynyk, unfortunately, pass was intended for Walter, but Olynyk will get a piece of it. And a 3, Hunter. And still plenty of time in the third and a 4th quarter coming up. And a blocking foul, so Scotty.
Something happened.
And Scotty perfect from the line, and he remains such. 5 of 5. Walter, Boucher, Barnes, Dick, Olenek. Johnson up top. Here's Okongwu with the 3. And Barnes with his 5th rebound. He'll bring it into the front court. Scotty. Here's Kelly back over. Working with Olenek. And Olenek. Sport.
Back in the day, Matt.
Who did you like? Jimmy Superfly Snuka?
I did like Jimmy Superfly Snuka, but I was a Ric Flair guy. Tag teams. I was a Road Warrior.
You were Rolex wearer. Jay, Olenek, and Walter. It's Johnson, Young, Hunter, Matthews, and Okongwu for Atlanta. Scotty backing in. Shake, shimmy. Tough shot. Wrestling for the rebound. Okongwu comes away with it.
Again, you see Scotty trying to take over the game offensively.
And Boucher,
this Hawks team.
Okongwu the first. You start the road trip on the second night of a back-to-back in Toronto. Then you go to Denver. Then you head to LA to take on the Lakers and the Clippers in a back-to-back. Then Utah and Phoenix. Longest road trip of the season.
Luckily, they're playing some great basketball right now. You go into those games feeling really good.
1 of 7 from three-point range, and the Hawks come away with winning the tip. Hunter gathers, and
what he's doing, he is up.
Hunter, Barnes scoops up the basketball. The attacking cut off by Hunter. Here's Walter, straight on look for 3. Hard off the back of the rim, and Okongwu in a crowd with the rebound.
See Trae Young back in the game to close out the quarter. Every possession counts.
The left, the sweep. He's had a game. 29 points. I don't know if you would agree with this observation, but you know, Young doesn't look like this year, and this one time that we're seeing him live, that he's forcing anything that he does. It's all coming to him. All a part of what they want to do. Where at times in the past, as you know, it was one of those where he'd be looking to get his stuff going.
Yep.
But now, averaging better than 12 assists, everything happening. Johnson with the denial within the context of what they want to do.
I agree with you 100%.
Okongwu right at the end of the third. Right now struggling defensively against this Hawks team. Okongwu, the Raptors. How difficult is it these losses start to pile up where you have 5 games in a row against teams above 500?
Man, it's very difficult because, again, psychologically you don't want to keep losing, right? You don't want to lose the same way, but then when you start taking losses where you're getting beat badly, you really have to stick to the script. How about this outlet pass by Johnson? Unbelievable.
The wins within the wins.
Yeah.
The losses may pile up, but are you seeing certain things on the court that you say, okay, we can take Orlando? Johnson, corner 3 for Matthews doesn't go.
With that being said, Matt, with this team, I wouldn't have another coach and coaching staff leading the charge because it's a positive coach.
Vanna.
Yeah, when they're back, they have to kind of relearn each other again, and the Yak's well aware of it's been a tough night tonight, but it's good to see the Yak back.
Well, there's no question that he is a difference maker. We talked about it. I understand it. You know, you're in a rebuild, Scotty with a rebound, but possibly a postseason team, meaning top 6, with the way that the East is currently, right? And
a player like you speak the same language and the terminology, so if you're teammates, it's very hard to develop that camaraderie, that chemistry, and just defensively and offensively. See Scotty ran flush. But it's very difficult when you don't have your lineups in there, and you'll never know how those lineups will work together if they're not practicing. aspects of the game that you to lead your team offensively. Another true understanding of how all of these things are going to come together.
And I think, from a fan base standpoint, from coaching standpoint, and sitting some more injuries kind of piled up, and then all you are seeing offenses that operate at the highest level in the NBA, and then all of the things that you're trying to do defensively, kind of get torn apart, right? Out on the run and, trying to get out. Matt Bonner talked about this, right? Number one, the transition putback is good, and then you work from there. And so all those things, get exposed.
And you know what? On top of that, those guys still don't have opportunity to practice. You need those bodies, and you need everyone there for practice to make practice.
Johnson with a bucket.
If you start getting on a losing streak, you don't have the practice opportunities and the time to rectify those issues during practice. It's game after game.
3-on-1 break. Reeves a shea. And the three in the corner. And a time
coming off the bench, but Trae Young, absolutely magnificent this evening, running the point guard and just leading the charge for this Atlanta Hawks team.
Yeah, nice touch pass by 2 to 30 as Jakob will head to the line, and the first free throw doesn't go this way. Into an electrifying mix of simulator and turf golf. Season begins January 7th on Sportsnet. Here in this second half, Trae Young, and then the ability to get around Pirtle. With Pirtle out, he knew there was nobody underneath, and he could do that.
Definitely shoot the ball right off the bench, not even playing the entire game, and that stroke is so smooth. But you talk about Trae Young, his ability to pass opens up the great offensive player without having to work so hard. As you see Clint Capella with a nice jump hook, old school right there. You have to learn how to pass. Find your passing angles. That'll open up your offensive.
He gets in. He's having the clock. And RJ Barrett, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. RJ, he's had 9+ assists in 3 of the last 4 games. Matthews turns, fires 3, in and out. And Scotty skies and grabs the board. Here's Shed. Shed kicks it to RJ, step through, and Capella with it.
I'm looking at Trae Young again. Defensively, he's doing a good job. Wow. They were going for the home run there. But he's doing a good job getting deflections.
Jump good. He's got 15.
And this is where you want the Raptors to continue to compete, right? They're getting easy opportunities. You don't want to play sloppy basketball offensively. Defensively, you want to compete, be physical.
Jacoby Walter to the table. Here comes Jonathan Mobo, so that streak will continue. And Trae Young has it denied. RJ scoops it up.
That was a heck of a recover by Pirtle. Good job by the big fella.
30-point game, largest lead for Atlanta. The block underneath. And timeout. 16 in the second. And so they're taking that OKC Sacramento, and you look, and when you're turning a team around, it's easy to sell offense, really tough to sell D. And Mobo with a slam dunk. And when you start requiring that of players, sometimes certain players don't like it. But I think everybody realized, in Sacramento, offensively, yeah, you're going to get yours, and it's all going to be good offensively, but everybody's now ready for you, prepared, and you have to make a jump at some point defensively. And I think Mike Brown was trying to convey that, right? He is somebody.
Do you think they were really shocked?
Well,
because, the NBA.
Not getting fired, but I'm saying how they did it. Well, Mike Malone said no, he wasn't shocked.
This is a cruel, cruel world, cruel industry. It's the only industry I know where you can be the best at your job and get fired a year later, or you can fail miserably and get a job at the same job. So it's a tricky situation. Mike Brown, he'll end up on his feet because he's a heck of a coach. He did a heck of a job. He did a really good job. Those guys stepped up, and sometimes how do you get to the next step? Like you said, you have to have a foundation. And if you keep turning things over, it's hard to get that stability, which causes and which leads to ultimately winning. It's very difficult. And you see Sacramento Kings, they've struggled as of late throughout the years.
Yeah, no, it's you know, you look at Sacramento and with the bucket.
That's a tough shot. Floater.
You know there's going to be ups and downs. They just dropped their 6th in a row, right, with Doug Christie, former Raptor, your former teammate. And not to say that Doug's not going to do a great job, right? He could do an outstanding job, but there's ups and downs to the season, and that's just the way it is. By the way, with the play-in, if you are Sacramento, you're literally right there. At the start of the day, you're 3.5 back of the 10th spot, which means you're in the play-in, and then 6th spot.
And we know they have the personnel, they have the talent. Now it's about it all coming together. And again, they've been struggling defensively for some time now.
As you said, when you know you can have success as a coach, things don't go the way they own because you go to take on the Boston Celtics.
And I'm impressed with this Hawks team. You know, having an emotional game against Chicago with their big fourth quarter 50-point going into a game. So this Hawks team, they're really focused.
Mobo up at the rim, 30-102. And it's the Celtics on 2. Brooklyn. Raptors will remain home for a couple of games after the Brooklyn matchup. It's going to be a different Brooklyn team as the Raptors will see Orlando for the first time on Friday. You know they're a tough-minded group. Jamal Mosley's done an outstanding job there. And then the Milwaukee Bucks come to town on the 6th of January before the Raptors go on the road. They'll play 3 and 4 in New York, Cleveland, and Detroit.
You talk about defense and preaching defense. Jamal Mosley has done that in Orlando. He's really got those guys to buy in, and they playing at the Toronto Raptors tonight. 30 turnovers, as you mentioned. That's just a no-no.
Here's Battle, turns, fires. We've had a great find for the Toronto Raptors. Credit to Masai Ujiri, Bobby Webster, and the scouting staff. 5-year NCAA player, undrafted. He can shoot it, he can play, and three-pointer good. And you think about Darko and all the things that he brings, and as a lot of coaches have echoed, his ability to teach the game. And he's worked with Battle one-on-one.
And every day you're pouring into the guys, and you're pouring into your team. And you know that could become challenging individually, but that's your job, and that's what he's so good at doing. And so that's why I have the utmost respect and confidence that this team, they're on the right track. My rookie year, only 16 games we won, 16 and 66, and then there were other years where we had injuries and couldn't bring it together, and it's very challenging. There was times when we couldn't even practice. Played 3-on-3 sideways in the practice gym. We couldn't go full court or anything, so you just got to stay strong, be held accountable. You see Wallace, he's still feeling it. You have to hold everyone accountable because you want to create a winning environment. You don't want that losing environment. Just as easy as it is to create good habits, it's just as easy to have those bad habits, and they're hard to break.
Shed. Raptors are going to fall to 7-25 on the season. Mobo on the inside. First meeting with the Atlanta Hawks. The Hawks will move on to Denver. They will take on the Denver Nuggets. And they have now won 4 in a row. And they're 18-15, 8-7